on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
What's going on, fans? This is Lexi Rodriguez, four-time All-American at Nebraska and now proud member of Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League One Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering us on in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action this season. Go Big Green.
The Body Lab, located at 14th and Yankee Hill, is Lincoln's premier physical therapy and recovery lab. The Body Lab offers trigger point dry needling, cupping therapy, joint manipulation, and so much more. Looking to relax and relieve stress after a long day or difficult workout? The Body Lab's recovery lab is the ideal spot. Featuring infrared sauna, a cold plunge tub, or if you're just looking for enough space to stretch out and reset your mind. Learn more about memberships and schedule your service today at thebodylablnk.com or visit the Body Lab in person at 14th and Yankee Hill Road.
It happens. All of a sudden, you need a plumber. Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Problem solved with Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Early break. And I would race to something warm. Like just a burger or something that would warm my food.
A burger.
Hold it, I'm having a brain freeze. Someone give me a cheeseburger.
Well, you're a Dairy Queen.
Give me a cheeseburger. Burger me.
The Slurpees I got were red raspberry from Dairy Queen, and usually you can get something warm there. Fries. Just give me your fries, quick.
Early break from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. 93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day with a light breeze, an afternoon high around 38. Tonight, mainly clear skies and light winds below near 26. Tomorrow, we'll see sunshine and light winds and an afternoon high near 48. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clutch for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome into Be a Beacon with Lighthouse on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here's your host, Bill Mitchner.
Hello. Hey, everybody. Glad to be joining with you again tonight for our second program. And I have a couple guests with me tonight. One of them is a very, very close dear friend of mine that I've known for pretty much most of my life, and he was instrumental in shaping a piece of who I am today. And then I have a board member, so we'll get to that here in a second. So I promised last week that I'd talk a little bit about how we're going to structure this from week to week, from month to month, and I came up with a little program situation. So the week one of every month, we're going to go ahead and do programming. We're going to bring some of our kiddos on, talk about what we're doing at Lighthouse through their lenses. Be a fun show. Second week, we're going to bring some community members on, talk about what kind of things are happening in the community, what our partnerships are, what we should be looking at, and kind of hopeful for our future of our young people. Third week, we'll be talking about strength finders and diving a little bit into some restorative practices. And then our fourth week, we'll be doing some of our outside programming, which is like our TIP program, which is our trades program, and our alternative suspension program. But that's future weeks. This month, we're going to just kick things off, get to know what Lighthouse is. And so today, I'm joined by Colin Clare, which is one of my board members. Colin, introduce yourself.
Yep. Colin Clare. I've been on the board for only about 4 months. I was in a leadership group this summer that came and toured Lighthouse and learned that there was a vacancy. I'm an educator as well here in Lincoln, and being in the public school system here, we see the positive impact that Lighthouse has on our community and on our kids. And I thought, what a great opportunity, and reached out to Bill, and here we are. So excited to be on today, and yeah, just appreciate what you guys do for Lincoln.
Well, Colin, why'd you reach out? I mean, here I am talking to you guys, but why? Why would you?
I reached out because I wanted to continue to be a part of Lighthouse in a different way. Being in public schools, I come and visit kids at Lighthouse that we send there, and I wanted to be a part of that in a different way on top of what we were already doing. And so I years ago I taught over at a school and was invited to the graduation dinner, the spring graduation dinner, and to see the faces on these kids. And every year you guys host the graduation dinners, and seeing the faces on these kids, particularly the individual that invited me, I've always just been so appreciative of what you guys do for the community. And so I thought how exciting that would be to be a part of that. And I'm learning from the folks that have been on there for 30 plus years and what they've seen, and learning from you and Pete and what you guys have developed here. It's just selfishly, it's really good for my growth and for me as a person. And I saw an opportunity for myself, but also any part that I can any way that I can be a part of that growth within Lighthouse, to continue to better support our students and our kids, our youth within our community, just seemed like a really, really awesome opportunity for me. And yeah, so that's where I'm at.
I appreciate
Bill, is that all right?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's talk a little bit. That's called Achievement Night, is what we do. And we give our awards away to our kids based upon our core values. And so the kids that exude core values that we have, they get those awards. So many times our kids aren't a part of those award nights, award ceremonies, because they're not joiners, they're not participating in those. So this is the first time parents are invited to this. And as you saw and witnessed, it's a very emotional night. And the people that they're inviting are people that they feel like are part of their family group. So that should feel like a real honor for you to have been invited to participate in that, and which they should. I know all the kids that know you, they just speak very highly of you, talk about how you're their favorite person in the school. So, and that matches what we do at Lighthouse, is we want to build that family love and structure to be able to share both the good and sometimes the challenges that they face. So
I appreciate that. Yeah, it's lots of really good people on the board right now that to see their willingness to serve the community and be a part of that community, it inspires me. But taking it to that next level, seeing kids and hearing from kids that they'll take the bus an hour and a half, 45 minutes to Lighthouse and 45 minutes back home every day to be there. And when I ask the question to these kids, and I'm sure you know it, but I ask, why do you keep coming back? And their answer is, because of the people here. That just speaks volumes to relationships, to connection, and you guys offer that. And so to be a little piece within that is just a privilege for me.
It's impossible to be a little piece of a lighthouse, because you're a part of the shining light that our beacon glows. I mean, it sounds a little cheesy, but that's real. When you're a part of Lighthouse, you're seen as a trusted, loving, caring adult. So the kids are all in. So there's no little piece. If you choose it or it chooses you, you're all in. And selfishly, I'm going to say that I probably have the best board in Lincoln, because they are all in. They care about the mission, they care about our kids, and they'll do anything to meet our mission and to help our kids meet their challenges. So tonight we are talking a little bit about education, which is our primary goal, is to get them to at least graduate with a high school diploma. And so as you'll see tonight, that's going to be our focus. So we appreciate meeting you tonight. I'm going to have some more questions here in a little bit, but we're going to move on to Barry.
Yep.
Barry Stark is a very close personal friend of mine. Taken several trips together, both in life and in reality. He met me probably when I was at one of my lowest times, when I was transitioning, trying to find a path, and dropping out of high school, doing that type of stuff. And he was the associate principal at Lincoln High at the time. We called him the Bulldog because he was in charge of all the discipline. And I was one of those troubled kids. And I really, really struggled to find a pathway due to my family, due to the things that we were missing. We grew up poor, just like many of my families today find a hard time connecting to the resources to be successful. So Barry, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I knew you when, so I think that's my claim to fame anyway. But I was in education for 42 years. I was at Lincoln High, I was at Pound, I was down at Norris, and prior to that, I was in Elkhorn. So my life's been in education.
You look really good for 60, by the way.
50.
Yeah,
50
no, yeah, I apologize. I digress.
I haven't seen 50 in so long, I can't remember when it was. But no, Bill was a Lighthouse product, and we knew each other from Lincoln High, and I knew a little about Lighthouse. And then the next thing I know, Bill's on staff, and what I've seen in the last almost 30 years is, and I still keep in touch with education, and Lighthouse is, I would say, is one of the premier after school programs that I'm aware of. And that represents a large part of the country. So, I volunteered, I read to kindergarten and second graders, which is about the extent of my capability, but it's fun. I love it. And I'm out of Omaha, so I read to Jeannie and I, both my wife and I, read to kids. So we're involved in that. And I'm also, I volunteer with the RISE prison reentry program. And life has just been great. And, it's Bill, as you know, and we've talked about this and how important relationships are. They're probably the most important part of any work that you do, is your relationship with staff, with students, with the community, whatever. Just really been blessed to have this relationship ongoing, and we don't get mad at each other. We still travel with each other. It's a blessing truly to have that association ongoing. But what's a bigger blessing is to see how you've given to the community, but you have given yourself to the kids at Lighthouse, and that's why it's a success.
You failed to mention you also worked part-time for a little while with us. I mean, you did fail to mention that.
Well, I don't hold jobs very long. That's a problem, I think. So, no, early on, I part of the program.
And Barry, you have been instrumental in helping shape my vision for myself and my career. You really have. I mean, I can go back to a time in your office when you were still at Lincoln High, and a conversation that we had that stuck with me all these years. I grew up poor again, and I just didn't have experiences in life. And I come in and I don't even remember what I was talking about. I was complaining, I was upset, and I felt like I didn't know where I was going. And he's like, Bill, you realize I'm here for you. He's like, use me. And I'm like, I was taught you don't use people. He goes, you're not understanding what I'm saying. Use me. I see what's in you. If you need a reference, whatever you need, I am here for you. And I'm telling you, that goes a long way to a young person that hasn't quite figured out that there's something inside of you to believe in and something that people are seeing. Because I wasn't there yet. I didn't know I had a fire in me. I did not know that I had something to give to other people. And that's what we face with our young people today, is helping find that fire to light within them, to stoke it for them to start believing in themselves.
Well, a couple things that you said, Bill. First of all, you never forgot where and what you came from. And second, your clientele, you identify very well with them. And with that being said, if you have that giving within you, which you do and have shown, job's easy. Not the kids and not the situations, but doing what you do is pretty easy, because it's about the relationships. It's about taking kids from where they don't know where they really are yet, to where they can be. So yeah, pretty good marriage over there, I'm thinking.
Yeah, well,
Good.
they've been stuck with me for almost 30 years, so 29, but here I am.
Who's counting?
I mean, I know you're a new board member, but
I was just going to comment on your age. He looks better than you do.
I know, that's what I'm saying. We have the same barber, though. I mean, if I take the hat off. Barry's he just looks great. And so, again, we're talking about education. Why did you guys choose that route?
For me, it's the only thing I ever wanted to do. I got my coaching out of the way early. And just a little quick aside, Mick Anderson's kind of legendary in Nebraska back in the day. He had like 104 consecutive victories at Wahoo. Well, we coached together at Ralston. I was his assistant. And obviously our careers went in a different direction. But, I wouldn't, and I didn't change a thing on my career path. I don't want to be in central office, too far away from kids.
Yeah.
And I knew a building level was where I wanted to administer. And to me, it's probably the most rewarding business you can be in. And doctors will say it differently, attorneys will say it, but you're working with kids, and like you said, hopefully you'll provide some kind of incentive that you don't even know about at the time, but down the road, hey, you were my and you've had an impact in their lives. Doesn't get any better than that, in my judgment.
Well, and you've impacted a lot of people. I'm just one person that happens to have a voice in this world to be able to state that. But I mean, this guy's done everything. He's also reffed. I mean, he's literally just been a part of everything that has to do with kids.
But you got to understand one thing about officiating, Bill. When the best you can do is 50% and satisfy 50% of the people,
pretty good.
It's not rewarding.
That's much better than meteorologists are doing.
That's pretty good.
And they get paid still.
Oh no, but yeah, it's all been part of the chapters in the book, and wouldn't change a thing. Maybe make some better decisions back in the day. No, I wouldn't.
I mean, because, I talk extensively to my kids about decisions. We all make mistakes, and sometimes you think you should regret those mistakes. And to me, that's a piece of who you become. And so if you start regretting those, you're stuck in a situation rather than moving forward, learning your lessons and being able to just be a part of the world in a different way. I think all of that shapes who you are today. So Colin, why you?
Well, I was interested in coaching a little bit into college, and thought, well, I better change my major. I was a business major for one semester, and went and talked to my advisor. I said, I think I want to get into education. And my dad would tell me, I can remember driving from campus back to his house and him saying, are you sure you want to get into this? Are you sure you want to do that? And I said, yeah, I really do think I want to, but I wanted to coach. And I coached for like 3 years, and realized I don't want to coach anymore. I love the work that I'm doing. But before that, I was in special education, and before going into my career, I worked at a summer camp for I think 5 summers with people with disabilities, and it wasn't necessarily a very handicapped accessible campground. And so, there were days that I was pushing, we were pushing wheelchairs up this hill that, they just paved a path, but this path was still pretty steep. And I mean, it was hard work lifting and, doing all of those things, but you didn't even think about it because the faces, the looks on these, you know, anywhere from 3 to 82, I think was my oldest camper. The look on their faces that this is our vacation for the year. Um, I mean, I will never forget those looks, and that was where it was like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Is work with young people in whatever that capacity is. And for me, it's education. And so I taught special education. I was at Southeast, and then I went over to Bryan and was fortunate to have really good principals that I worked for in those buildings. Brent Tolson, Tanner Penrod, that they're believers in that same vision that Lighthouse has. And Tanner came with me to that dinner. We were both invited, and it was just really impactful. And then I decided I want to go into administration, and again, was fortunate to get some positions here in the district at Southeast, and then currently at Pound. And it's just one of those things. You have really tough days, and then from a tough student, you get a letter from that student, and it's not like every day is peachy. I mean, it that. You both know that. But thank you, saying thank you. That shows maturity, and it's not even for me. It's like, I'm so proud of you for doing that. You could have written that to anyone, and if I would have figured that out, or seen that letter, I would have been so proud of you, because that's development. And to see that start to click, and again, the next day it may be a different story. You may not have that same kid, but it's there. And so I do it because I love seeing that light bulb. I had a kid tell me the other day, Mr. Clare, I'm going to make you proud, and I'm going to do my job today. And I said, buddy, I'm proud of you already. I just want you to make yourself proud. And the look on his face was like, you're proud of me? And I said, absolutely, I'm proud of you. And, it's just that light bulb when it clicks. But again, it comes back to the relationships,
Yep.
right? And for young people to hear adults say, I'm proud of you, I believe in you, that makes the difference. And just what an opportunity we have to shape, to help with, partnerships with families and community resources like Lighthouse, and to shape them to be productive citizens in whatever capacity that is for them, to be productive citizens within the community. Man, it's really just something that keeps you wanting to come back.
Yeah, but it also takes a special kind of person to connect to that work, because it's not easy work. It's work that is one of the most burnout fields, is working directly with the young people, because there's so much emotion involved in this, and so much trauma that our young people are going through, and families, that we have to navigate those emotions ourselves, to get rid of those, not to take them home, and to continue to do the work and not get down on, sometimes bad things happen. And we have to get through it and help them get through it so they can move to the next. So,
but I just to echo on that, we have having Lighthouse that serves kids, from 3:00 on, that makes that even better. So I just wanted to share that with you too.
Appreciate that. So we're off to break. We'll see you in a minute.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Make the 2025 deer season your best yet. Come to the Nebraska Deer and Game Expo Friday, January 17th through Sunday, January 19th. Check out the hunting seminars, browse the hunting and outdoor exhibits, sign up for the 360 blind giveaway, compete in the Big Buck and Monster Shed contest, try the 3D shoot and more. Get tickets at the door. The Nebraska Deer and Game Expo, January 17th through the 19th at the Sandhills Global Event Center. 84th and Havelock in Lincoln, presented by Whitetail Properties Real Estate.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today. The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call John Henrys at 402-435-5555 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-435-5555.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
We currently have a great inventory of homes that are completed or almost complete available right now that you could move in within 30 to 90 days.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
In Woodside Village, which is in Northwest Lincoln, catty corner from the new Northwest High School, we have available homes right now that start in the lower 300s. Sod, sprinklers are included, all your kitchen appliances, brand new homes ready to go. A very accessible area, easy to get downtown, easy to get on the interstate. It's just a great location. Our designer has selected incredible finishes that will amaze you. Available homes right now that start in the lower 300s.
Call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your dream home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
What's going on, fans? This is Lexi Rodriguez, four-time All-American at Nebraska and now proud member of Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League One Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering us on in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action this season. Go Big Green!
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Abby with Midwest Bank. Stop by our new location at 70th and Pioneers. Our new full-service branch does it all. From our friendly staff to our easy online banking and mobile app, you get all the technology of a big bank that you need, but you still get the hometown customer service that you want. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Having diabetes doesn't have to ruin your new year. Join a Nebraska-supported program like Living Well with Diabetes. You'll learn how to manage your symptoms, feel more confident, and reduce stress about your diagnosis. Search Nebraska Living Well with Diabetes and click on the DHHS Healthy Living Programs page to learn more. Paid for by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Now back to Be a Beacon with Lighthouse on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Okay, here we are. Like I said, we're back with Be a Beacon with Lighthouse and my guests, Colin and Barry. And I have a few more questions for you guys. So obviously we're going to stick with the education theme, and what a great conversation we had during break. But I have my first question, because you kind of alluded to it about partnerships. So what do you think? How do you think the connection between education and community partners like Lighthouse, how do you think that connection really enhances our young people's educational journey?
Yeah, I mean, I can tell a story just the last month. I had a student that was staying after school again as a consequence. And as they were getting ready to leave, I just said, what do you want to go and do when you get older? And the individual said, well, I'd really like to get into the trade industry. I think something, that I can work with my hands. And I quickly shifted over to Lighthouse. And, you talk about community, the importance of community partnerships. And when I mentioned the opportunities and, just with, and I'm forgetting the name of the program that you guys have, the TIP.
Yep.
But when I mentioned that and I said, they're having middle schoolers get into electrician opportunities and kind of getting their feet wet with some of that, she said, really? Tell me more. And that next day, maybe it was the day after, that individual took the bus 45 minutes there, 45 minutes back, and has gone a couple times now to Lighthouse and wants to continue to go. But, just that spark of, really, tell me more. And all I needed to do was mention that and show what the bus route looked like. And now they're kind of interested. And I think if you can get kids interested in something, that starts to kind of develop passion. And so, maybe they go into high school and continue to grow that passion on. And I just think planting that seed and allowing and having a community partnership that helps grow that and develop that. I mean, that's one example of the hundreds of thousands, every day throughout our country that community partnerships can offer kids. And so that's why I'm so grateful for the partnership that we have with Lighthouse, or that I have with Lighthouse, and to be able to be a part of that and speak to that. So
yeah, and you speak to the kids, and last week we talked a little bit about this. We use that sentence, you can't be what you can't see. And we expect our young people to just connect to things. Well, I bring a speaker into the classroom, so they know these are all out there for them. Well, no, they don't. Their parents aren't in that. Their grandparents aren't in that. Their uncles aren't in that. So they don't see themselves as potentially being a part of that. And that's what we want to do, is give them hands-on experience so they can find out their aptitudes and interests. So then we can grow that. So we can work with them. What does that look like? Do you need to go to college or a 2-year degree? Or what does it look like? Do you get the in-field certifications rather than going to college? Because then we can build on what's going on with their own homework, getting them to the grades that they want to get to. And we're always meeting them where they're at.
Healthy meals,
Healthy
places to go when there's discipline involved. And, another quick story, we had a kid that was, attending or utilizing that program during the day, came back and had their strengths. I mean, that community partnership allowed for this individual to do strength finders and figure out, here's where my strengths lie, and build on that.
Yeah.
And so I mean, all of that is possible through community partnerships, and it's just huge for our young people.
Yeah, because we want to look at their strengths, and what a great way to do that, because we can connect that to possible careers. We can catch them in the good moments rather than catching them doing something wrong. And then they start seeing themselves through what they're doing right rather than what they're doing wrong. And then we can focus in a different way and an energy in a different way. Because boy, if I can get up in the morning and feel pretty good about my life and where I'm going and what I'm going to go to do at work, think the same way through the lenses of a student. If they wake up in the morning and are like, I don't want to go to school. This isn't for me. What's my future really look like? If we can give them a little bit of hope, they're going to be more energized. They're going to connect in a different way in the school system. So, fair?
Back in the day, and we're talking in the 70s, Elkhorn had a co-op program with Boys Town. And at that time, Boys Town had a huge vocational operation, culinary, shoemaking, carpentry. So our kids would leave for 2 hours a day, be in their program, then come back for their academics. And, I've always been a believer in, 4-year college. The only reason I went to a 4-year college is because I knew I had to have that for the career I wanted.
Right.
But when you're preparing young people and showing them what's available, and like you said, hands-on, no speaker coming in, that's good, but that just whets the appetite. But when they see, my God, as a plumber, I can be making $35, $40 an hour as a apprentice.
Yeah.
And up from there, I'm saying I want an A student in the trades working on my sink and stool. I want somebody that's wanted that career. So having that available to kids is critical, the vocational aspect. But other partnerships, our kids are going to be part of the community.
Right.
They're already part of it. They're just not maybe of an age where they're volunteering and working. So anything we can do as a school, because I hope we are so far beyond, reading, writing, and arithmetic theme that we're so into educating wholly.
Yeah.
And not just your academic end, but your other things that are going to make them viable citizens once they graduate and come to, and it might be another community,
Right.
but it's given to them then.
Because nobody can do everything for an individual. Nobody can do that. Lighthouse can't do that. School systems can't do that. But what we do it together, we can get those gaps that are happening, and we can focus on them and then connect the dots. So TCA is a program that LPS runs. It's a great program for some students. There's also students falling through those gaps that aren't going into TCA because it's a college-based program. You're getting college credits. So some of my students just don't qualify for lots of different reasons. We want to help those students that are falling through those gaps, to give them an opportunity for higher paying careers rather than thinking, I have no future. I'm going to go to McDonald's and work like my mom. We want to give them opportunities and options for pathways to those. So we're not trying to take over anything. We are filling gaps that are happening. And that's what I believe community partners do, is we're capable of doing that.
Well, and Bill, even if there is a student that's capable, right, that you talk about, you know, as a 7th grader, to be able to start getting their feet wet and finding that passion, and that guides them right into that program. I mean,
right.
The
hallelujah,
the early intervention, I mean, is kind of what it is. But it's not even intervention. It's just figuring out what they're interested in, developing a passion even earlier. And anytime you can do that, I think you're going to be pretty dangerous.
Yeah, I call that a win too.
Yeah.
So if I have a student that's in middle school that develops a passion, electrician, plumbing, welding, whatever it is that we're doing, and they decide to go to TCA in high school, I'm singing hallelujah.
Heck yeah.
Because that just gave them an opportunity to know that that's their pathway. And I'm not thinking, oh, why aren't they a part of the TIP program anymore?
Yeah.
I'm happy for them. Now we're going to continue to develop our program. We're going to continue to give opportunities and hopefully have apprenticeship programs or pre-apprenticeship programs that'll be built into what we do. That's our growth area, is to pay our young people to start getting in these fields. So,
well, and I hope that I think it's starting to develop that way, that there's not any stigma about going into a trade, where back then, well, not going to college. Whoa.
Right.
Like I said, you know, the whole purpose of going to school is to have a career where you're going to be self-sufficient financially and satisfied, et cetera, et cetera. But, you know, when you're plumbing or, you know, a lineman or, you know, HVAC, you know, and you're making, you know, 75, 100,000 a year, pretty good wage.
Yeah, that changes
You know?
the game for a lot of my young people that are used to parents making minimum wage and living paycheck to paycheck. Yeah. It's a wonderful aspect to be giving opportunities. And that's all we want to do, is give opportunities to our young people. So we'll be back here in a few minutes, and we appreciate you joining us.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day with a light breeze and ashing high around 38. Tonight, mainly clear skies and light winds below near 26. Tomorrow, we'll see sunshine and light winds and ashing high near 48. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clutch for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Abby with Midwest Bank. Stop by our new location at 70th and Pioneers. Our new full-service branch does it all. From our friendly staff to our easy online banking and mobile app, you get all the technology of a big bank that you need, but you still get the hometown customer service that you want. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
Hey volleyball fans, this is Laura Dijkema, National Player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
The Body Lab, located at 14th and Yankee Hill, is Lincoln's premier physical therapy and recovery lab. The Body Lab offers trigger point dry needling, cupping therapy, joint manipulation, and so much more. Looking to relax and relieve stress after a long day or difficult workout? The Body Lab's recovery lab is the ideal spot. featuring infrared sauna, a cold plunge tub, or if you're just looking for enough space to stretch out and reset your mind. Learn more about memberships and schedule your service today at thebodylablnk.com or visit the Body Lab in person at 14th and Yankee Hill Road.
It happens. All of a sudden, you need a plumber. Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Problem solved with Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and we wanted to give a special shout out to all of our great customers, thanking you all for a record-setting year in 2024. Now let's get the new year rolling with some big savings. Right now at Cobble, we have some of the biggest discounts in the area with over $12,000 off list price or 0% APR on select new models. So stop on in the dealership or hit us up online at cobblecars.com to get true low country overhead in action. $12,000 off list or 0% APR right now at Cobble. So please stop on in or visit us at cobblecars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey guys, this is Lexi Rodriguez, former Husker and now League One volleyball athlete. League One Volleyball is bringing the action to Omaha with our first serve on January 24th, 7 p.m. at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena in Ralston. Witness history in the making as we take on Love Madison in our first ever home match. Visit lovboma.com for tickets. First serve January 24th. Be there when it all begins. That's lovboma.com for tickets to watch Love Omaha Volleyball. Go Big Red and go Big Green.
Now back to Be a Beacon with Lighthouse on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. Good to have you here. Back with Barry and Colin and myself, of course. So we're going to get right back into it because I have a couple big questions for them. One of them is related to barriers in education. So, guys, how can we support our students who may not feel as connected to the traditional educational system? How do we support our students that are not connected as well? I know. I bring out the big guns.
You know, you touched on that with COVID, and I hope we don't have to wait for another trauma before we try to adapt, that we have some things in place. I think, you know, and when I left, what would you call it, public education, when I left Norris, I was at the university for 6 years, which is, you know, the University of Nebraska High School, which is total online. Loved it. And these are kids that, you know, there were a variety of reasons to do an online program.
Right.
That's one thing we can do. And I just think we're at a point in education, in the time of life we're in, that, you know, one size does not fit all. And I think when you offer different avenues, just like we were talking about, you know, four-year college is not for everyone and shouldn't be.
Right.
When they're good working with their hands or have, trade aspirations. So I just think it's the way we should be doing business. It's not rocket science, but it takes some effort so we're not caught, holding our
Yep.
hands,
Yep.
when a trauma happens.
Right.
So
Yeah, because it's interesting because there's so many different learning styles too. So being lectured at, not having hands-on activities, even not allowing students sometimes to have fidgets in their hands during learning. So there was a study that was put out that if you put fidgets out or let people doodle in meetings, they retain more information from those meetings than they do if you're just having them sit there and listen. Yet we think it's causing problems because they're messing with things with their hands. A lot of young people need that stimulation to actually activate the brain in a different way.
Colin talked about this earlier when, with one, chapter in his life in special ed. That's all special ed is adapting a
Right.
style of teaching so you can educate the students with certain learning disabilities. That should be adapted across the board because there are different learning styles, even with your 4.0s and
Right.
your college bounds. Yeah.
Well, I'm not here as a spokesperson for Lincoln Public Schools by any means, but I want to, as a community member and what, they have available for the community to see and what they can offer students. I mean, I think LPS, again, and this is as a community member, they are really kind of a model for the whole country in offering students. But, they also have partnerships, Bill, Lighthouse being one of them. And they understand that and the importance of that. And that's why, I don't think that it necessarily took COVID to get there. I think that they were in that direction, and then COVID made everyone pivot.
Yeah.
But you talk about fidgets. We give kids fidgets. I mean daily. It's like, yeah, do you need a fidget? Yeah, and so I think though to add on to all of that, I'm going back again to getting kids bought into something. And I said it earlier, we keep talking about it, but Lighthouse allows for kids to find that passion, to find their people, to have a safe place, after school. And I think that's a big piece of it. If they have that, and it's easier to get them bought in on education, on their own education. And we can't sit here and expect kids to just come in and follow the rules from 8 to 3 because, well, that's what it is. They've got to be bought in, and having those people. And again, I'll go back to the conversations I had at our holiday dinner, a month ago, which was a absolute blast. I mean, it was a freaking blast. And those kids were so fun to talk to.
And by the way, Colin had some of the tougher kids, sometimes more energetic.
It got me out of cleaning dishes, and I'm all good with that. But it was, I asked them what keeps you coming back, and it's people, the people here, naming the different people that they're connected to. And when they have that person can guide them in that direction, help in that process of getting bought in, to help them come to school and be focused from 8 to 3 and do the things that they're supposed to help themselves. I think it's all comes down, you talked about it earlier, all comes down to people, the connections, the relationships. And, again, Lighthouse helps foster that. And it makes our community better.
And I appreciate those many commercials for that. I really do, because I do think that I do have a wonderful staff. They're well trained. They are all in with the young people. you could not find more people that have the heart for what we do. And I'm very blessed to have the staff that I have. And I appreciate you guys coming on board. Really quick, next week, we're going to have Jay Pitts, board member, Senator George Dungan, and one of my former youth, Elvis, coming on. So tune in next week. We're going to have a pretty good conversation. I think it'll be pretty fun. So appreciate you joining us tonight with Be a Beacon with Lighthouse.